Whoop, whoop.
What's up, y'all? John Melton coming to you live with another episode of Money Money Monday. If you could let us know, can you see us? Can you hear us? Are we loud and clear? Because we are going to help you absolutely smash it for Black Friday. But it's not going to be just Black Friday, actually. This is what I'm excited about with Ashley. Ashley is someone that generates like 50 to 100 leads a day. She's got her own list that she's building. She created freemiums, freebies, downloads, whatever you want to call it, to generate leads. She's gone viral. She's worked her face off to create this amazing business. She puts in new social marketers all the time. She brings in new customers all the time. She's one of the top sellers in the world, all while being very busy, right? Being a mom, being a wife, doing all the things that we do, right, for our families and prioritizing. And I think for a lot of us, we'll be really inspired by this because Ashley, for a while, was not recruiting, was not building a team. She just wanted to sell products. And she made some shifts in her business. And now she's one of the top promoters in the world, one of the top earners in the world, and she consistently crushes it. She brings in new business all the time. And I would imagine that most of us would like to bring in new business all the time. Most of us would probably love to become like a marketing genius, building a brand, building our own list. Because, and I think I interviewed someone 2 Monday Mondays ago. Her name's Kathy. Kathy was saying how in 5 months, now this is obviously like a unicorn story, but in like 5 months, she has 100,000 followers and 200,000 people on her email list. Now, is
Amazing.
that going to happen to most of you? Probably not. But the point is, it is possible to build a new following, to get people that don't know you today to follow and buy from you tomorrow. And isn't that the whole point of attraction marketing? I don't know about you, but that excites me. And I think a lot of us would agree that if we could figure out our niche, right, we could figure out how to show up on social media, we would probably be more like Ashley, where she goes live every day, where she's posting reels every day. She has a strong work ethic and a passion for this because she's getting results. When you get results, and people are raising their hand and they're requesting information, your inbox is blowing up, you're not getting discouraged. Typically, the people that are discouraged, it's because they're having to find people to talk to. They
Yes.
don't have leads. They don't have people requesting information. Ashley's always excited because she's literally ATMing people all day, every day. She's putting me in chats all the time. She's got so much momentum on her team. And starting tomorrow, it sounds like she's going to be putting in a significant amount of volume. How big is your VIP list now for Black Friday?
So it's over 800. I didn't check it again since we talked, but it is over 800. Yeah.
So she has 800 people that want to know what the sales are and want to be on the VIP list. Basically, it's people that are like, hey, let me know when the sales are live. Let me know the best deals, right? Customers love when you tell them what to do,
Mhm.
especially when you have a lot of products. Like in our company, we have a lot of products. We're in a lot of countries. So if we can tell them, hey, here's the best bundles or here's the best, deals, I'd recommend taking advantage of based on what you're looking for. And listen, we do talk a lot about automation. We talk a lot about list building and tools and whatnot, but the truth is, Ashley, Michelle, a lot of these people you'll see me interview, they do a lot of behind the scenes one-on-one conversation as well. They're not just relying on project broadcast or relying on their social media posts to do all the selling and telling for them. They're also engaged one-on-one with their team, with their customers, all the things. So really excited to have you on, Ashley. I'd love for you to start off with, before we get into the goods on how you're doing what you're doing, if you could share with everybody a little bit about your like backstory, right? What you did before network marketing. I think that would be really encouraging for people to hear, and what you've accomplished since then.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much. Super excited to be here and share all this with you guys. So, I actually, out of high school, I started having kids. I had my first child at 19. The second was like 24 and then 27. So I was raising babies all through my 20s. And a friend came to me one day and she was like, hey, so let's go have like a mom's day, leave the kids at home, but we're going to go to the hotel for this like hotel meeting room for like this little event. It'll be super quick, super easy. Leave your kids, let's go hang out. Like mom's day. She deemed it mom's day. And I'm like, heck yes, like leave the kids at home with dad, let's go. And I went into this, this meeting. I had no idea what to expect. I'd never heard of anything like this in my life. And there was all these little essential oils everywhere, and people were smelling them and talking about how amazing they are, and this business opportunity. So this was 2015, this business opportunity. And I was like I caught the vision like right away. I was like, oh, I can like stay home and be with my kids, because I have to be with my kids. Dad works. I stay home. I take care of kids. That's how we've always done it. But then like hearing like, oh, I can make income, and I can like do more things with my kids, or maybe, make like this life changing, I didn't, it was just all like in the back of my head. I was super pumped and super excited. So
But you weren't skeptical at all.
Not really. I had people telling me, oh, this is like, what is it? MLM. This is a scam, a pyramid scheme. And I'm like, well, why do you say that? Like, tell me why. And they could never tell, oh, the person at the top's making all the money. And I'm like, what? I mean, it just didn't make sense to me. I was like, well, I can make the same money as the person at the top. So can you. Like, I mean, where I was prior, I mean, that may have been like more of the truth, where the person at the top was making all the money. It was really hard to get up there, but that's not how it is in social retail. So, I mean, I was there for like 7.5 years. I was making it a hobby. I showed up when I wanted to. I mean, I had a comma in my paycheck. Took me 6 years. I was like, I love this. This is amazing. But I was like, I want to make like life-changing money. I want to take my family on vacations.
Right.
I want to be like completely debt-free. I don't want to be like everybody else. I'm already doing what like nobody else is doing in this social retail. Well, I guess that's not what I was doing. But anyways, I wanted more, right? Well, I was scrolling through TikTok one day, and I see John and Nadia, and they're looking all beautiful in like Egypt and fancy clothes, and they're taking their children all over the place, and they're traveling. And I'm like, I want to do that. Like or they're earning trips. I never earned a trip in 6.5 years. So I reached out, and in like 30 minutes, no joke, we were in a chat in Facebook, and that was like the beginning of the end. Been here for 2.5 years now. And this is like the best decision I ever made in my entire life. I'm so grateful I said yes to this amazing opportunity. I just got back from Cabo, the second trip I've earned here. We went to Oregon. We went to Kauai. We're going to go to Florida. Well, I'm going to go to Florida next month. Like all this that I get to say yes more and do more and say yes to my family because of this amazing opportunity.
And we're going to Destin this week. Don't forget.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Friday. I'm on my way Friday. Super pumped.
Oh, that's so fun. Yeah, doing your first team retreat along with Michelle. That's going to be ridiculous. And I think this is what it's all about, right? It's making money's cool, but when you have the freedom, the lifestyle, the ability to take your family to places that maybe you could have taken them before, but you couldn't get off work, right? Or, maybe you couldn't afford the nicer places. I mean, this is why we're so big on work ethic. It's going to be some uncomfortable conversation for some of you. It's going to be uncomfortable to do maybe videos. Like Ashley was one of those people that immediately was willing to do videos, but mind you, she was doing videos for years in her other company. So it wasn't like she just immediately had success. It was, her putting in the time somewhere else. And then, things happened. She wasn't happy where she was. She made a change. But at the end of the day, it wasn't just that, right? The vehicle matters. Like you can't fly to the moon in a car. So the vehicle matters, right? You need a spaceship. You need a rocket ship. But with that being said, it was really her marketing mind, right? Figuring out like, okay, and this is one thing I love about you, Ashley. You're very humble and you're willing to say, you know what? I don't know how to generate leads. I don't know how to do TikTok or live videos. So let me model some people that are crushing it. Let me follow them, get ideas from them, but make it my own. And I know now, I think you do a morning show every morning. Is that right?
Yeah. Yep.
Every morning you go live. And then you're also, posting your stories, you're doing the reels, you're doing all the things.
Yep.
But it didn't start that way. So could you maybe talk about how you figured out, like, what was your, niche going to be? What was going to be your topic of conversation? How did you figure that out? And then how did you figure out your freebie? Because I know sometimes people hear about making a freebie, but then they're like, I don't even know what my freebie would be. So before doing that, what did you do to figure out what your niche was going to be?
Yeah. So, a chat GPT. I was like, I know I love food, and I know I love weight loss. Like I dropped 32 pounds. I wanted to share my story. but how can I like utilize this? Like, what is a niche anyway, right? So I like literally chat GPT, and I talked to it like I had never met it in my life. And like, in like network marketing where it's like icky to like spew everything. Well, I spewed everything to chat GPT. You can do that there. I'm a stay-at-home mom of 3. I've been married 21 years. I love protein. I love high protein, low calorie recipes. I want to make all sorts of cool recipes. I want to share it with my people. I want to help them with weight loss. I have a dog. I love to camp. It doesn't matter. Like everything that I like to do. And I was like, based off of what I just shared with you, what would be, give me like 5 top, like what would be my niche? And like a big thing was like protein and fat loss. And I was like, okay, that makes sense. Like, how can I utilize this to my people? Like, what should I be posting about? And it's like protein recipes, your fat loss tips, free guides, right? Different things like that. So I was like, okay, I'm going to share like high protein recipes. I'm going to talk to people about protein. I'm a certified nutrition coach. I learned about protein. I could talk about it all day long. So I was like, and then, well, before this, there's this lady I used to follow. I actually can't remember her name, but she used to be like, go live, you won't die. And people would get like so offended. And I'm like, no, I get it. Like, you're not going to die. Like, I remember going live for 6 months straight. I literally felt like I was going to throw up. And I was terrified for anyone to comment. Like, the first thing someone did was make fun of my eyebrows. They're like, you have the ugliest, like, not now, because they're nice now. They're like, you have the ugliest eyebrows I've ever seen in my entire life. They had no profile picture. They never posted. They weren't anything special. And I like, and I was like, oh my God, how embarrassing. Like, people think I look funny, whatever. Like, so for the first 6 months, I was like terrified. But so that's very, very normal. Now, like, I can just like click the go live button and it doesn't even matter. Like, spit's coming out of my mouth. There might be stuff on my face, like whatever. Like, my skin is very thick now. But anyways, I love to watch all your Money Mondays. And one day I was coming across a Monday. I don't even remember. Maybe it was you and Michelle, and you were talking about freebies. And I was like, because I was kind of stuck. I'm like, okay, like I know what to talk about, but people are not commenting. People aren't doing anything.
Right.
Like, I didn't have a call to action. And you guys were talking about a freebie. And I'm like, so I went to Chat GPT. And I'm like, based off of everything I just shared with you, what can I make as a freebie? And one of the recommendations was a 7-day high protein meal guide. And I'm like, oh, this is perfect. Because all my questions are, I don't know how to eat enough protein. How do I incorporate protein? What's protein? And I'm like, perfect. Can you create for me a 7-day high protein meal guide that does not have tofu or feta? It's 5 meals a day, minimum 20 grams of protein. And it created the whole entire thing. I took it, and I had never before gone to Canva, and I copy and I pasted and I put it in a little pretty picture, and I shared my story. Like, this is a big thing I think that has been helpful. You know, you got the freebie stuff. I shared my story, how I dropped weight, the supplements that I used, and then a very clear-cut call to action. If you want to take the steps that I took to drop 32 pounds, get to my goal weight without sweating, private message me the word fat blaster, whatever, to here. And so this through Project Broadcast, or find me on social media here and message me this word and I'll send you details. So a very clear-cut call to action. So they got my freebie right now. We started by just giving them the freebie, and we had I have 12,000 people on my Project Broadcast from these freebies. Wow. These are people like every couple of weeks, we're sending them a free recipe or something, or because we have 3 different reasons to reach out to people every month, being here in social retail because of all of our promotions, they get at least 3 text messages from me every single month. Some people say, stop, who cares? Some people are excited and they purchase. It's awesome. So anyways, we took the freebie now and we made our own team prospect health and wellness group. And we put it in our featured post in our group. Well, in our group, we're very intentional. Every month we have some kind of a fun challenge, whether it's a 30-day, 5-day, 2-day, 3-day, 14-day, whatever challenge. And we have all these, I've created more freebies since then. We have them up in our featured post. So when I'm going live on my page, and I specifically talk about how I dropped weight. That's my big thing. I want people to come to me that want to drop weight, right?
Right.
So I'm sharing this and I'm like, hey, I have this, we're talking about protein, and everyone's like, how much protein do I need? Oh my gosh, how do I do this? And I'm like, no worries. I have this free guide that I literally created to help you become a fat burning machine and hit your protein goals. Comment below blank and I'll get you this freebie. So they message me the word and I tell them, perfect, everything's in here in my health and wellness group in the featured post. Let me know when you get in and I'll tag you. So now I'm getting them into my group. and they're part of the challenges and all the things. And there's a call to action in there, you know, if they want to message me and they have more questions. It has been amazing. That's the gist of it, basically.
And there's like so many questions I'm sure people are asking themselves. But what I love about you is you figured that out.
Yeah.
Somebody wasn't like, hey, click this button, do this, go here. They're like, hey, ChatGPT, Canva, figure it out on your own, test and tweak accordingly. And that's really, I mean, every single person you ever meet, that's really how they did it. You might think, oh, what's the book I need to read? Or,
Yep.
oh, I need to hire a coach, or I need to, and I'm not saying those things aren't a good idea. It depends on your situation and circumstance. And by the way, these are all advanced conversations. See, in our organization, we develop marketing badasses. We want to teach people how to build their own list, their own community, their own tools. We want to teach them how to build their own brand because there's so many directions you can go in if you do. And I know for some of us, you're like, John, I haven't got my first 5 customers. You don't need a freebie. You don't need to do all the things Ashley's doing yet. But isn't it beautiful to know and have a vision of what you can create eventually, like down the road? Maybe it takes you a few months to figure this out, but once you do, now you have clarity on the purpose behind, the intentionality behind every post, every video. It's not just selling. It's not just, hey, here's my product, you should buy it. It's value-based content. And like she said, she's continuing to give people recipes and give people different ideas of what they could, because that's her niche, right? She figured out like, this is what I want to talk about. This is what I'm passionate about. And I'm just going to keep on pouring on the value. That way, when she has a sale, when she has a promo, when she gets into a conversation with someone, then she can make recommendations for her products, her opportunity, right? That's why she consistently recruits and sells without needing to find people or rely on her warm market. So Ashley, maybe you could talk about now. So you have this, how big is your list now? And do you have an email and a text list?
Just started an email list. It's got
Okay.
3,000-ish people on there. Yeah, we just started.
How many?
3,000.
Good grief. So you already have, you just started an email list. You already got 3,000 on the list. And then what's your text list?
Over 12,000. That's like 2,200 on, Project Broadcast. Like, this is how many people want the freebies. By the way, you were saying, I also asked them their health goals. Like,
Nice.
What are your health goals? Weight loss, gut health, lean muscle. Like, I can recommend those things to them. So that's also key.
And then how many are in your community?
I think there's 4,700 people in there. And we started this group, I think it was like 3 months ago.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
But I love that your team is also utilizing it. You guys are working together. I mean, that really is the beauty, right? Like once you figure this out, this is what I want everybody to understand. Then you can duplicate, right? You can help your team. It's hard to tell your team to do something you're not doing. And for some of you, again, I don't want to hear the comments from people that go, I don't even have a team. I'm like, oh, I gotcha. Ashley didn't either. Ashley, how big was your team earlier this year?
I don't know. I mean, I don't remember when I started recruiting. I think it was last November. There's 184 social marketers on our team right now.
So a little over a year ago, you probably had a team of like 5.
Oh, yeah. Maybe.
And a year later, 184. Now that's 184 in your team. How many of them did you personally enroll? Do you know?
Well, I enrolled all 100. Oh, I think that's mine. That's my personal.
So so guys, that is 184 personal recruits in a year. That doesn't count for team. That's personal. That's insane. How many customers do you know?
Over 3,000.
So it's just
I didn't know that either until my VA told me. I'm like, oh, it's like 2,000. She's like, no, it's like 3,100. Oh, sweet.
How many of us are like, dude, I just want 3,000 like followers. She has 3,000 customers that have literally gone on and set up an account, ordered products. Some are ordering every month. I mean, this is how she's doing tens of thousands a month. And this is why she has a VIP list of 900 people. So let's talk about that. So obviously our Black Friday deals drop tomorrow. I know some people are on here from other companies and they might have Black Friday deals on Black Friday. It doesn't matter. The point is you could start pre-selling. You're in the month of November. So whether your sales drop tomorrow, and even if some of you are like, well, I haven't been promoting it. Okay, well, today's the day, right? Money Monday. Today's the day. But you've been promoting, obviously, maybe like 2 weeks, preparing your list.
Since October. I start early. I'm like, in October, we are promoting the crap out of it. Yeah.
So maybe 2 to 3 weeks ago, you started letting people know what was coming. So obviously you you had a little bit of a 2-3 week head start for people that haven't started doing this yet.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, 900 people, or 800 plus. So maybe you could share with people, what are some different ideas? What are some different methods? Because I know we always talk about on the show, like not to be an infomercial, not to be spammy, but when you have big deals, when you have a big sale, like this is the time to step it up a notch and maybe be a little more aggressive, a little more in your face. Because if people don't know about the deals, I mean, you can't just like hope they visit the website.
Yeah.
So maybe you could talk about that.
Yes. Okay. So I love this. I learned about VIP boards. Actually, this is my third round. My first round was okay. Like I came in here in May and it was like October that I learned about this. And then last year it was really good. And then this year is like total fire. So definitely like the more you guys do this, and of course, the more that you're consistent every single day on your page. And then when the VIP stuff comes up, you're going to get all sorts of interaction. And everybody on my team is doing it. I absolutely love this. But so what I learned is, VIP board, which by the way, my board, because now there's over 800 people, has gone to a bowl because it can't even fit all the people on my board anymore. But you don't have to do it on a board. You can do it literally on your door. If you have like a big mirror, you can do it in a bowl, like whatever. Like you guys can get really creative. I love how there's so many people out there doing it and they're so creative. But the goal in this, so I tell people, like when I'm talking on my lives or if I'm doing a reel and I'll like break apart the reel and I'll put it in my stories, like I'm promoting it everywhere. But I'm talking about this VIP board. I'm like, you guys, it is like, I'll have this board, right? And at first I just had to like put my social marketer, like John Melton was up there. It's funny. Like as I started this board, nobody was really on there, but I'm like, you guys, you got to get on this board. This is my VIP board. It is totally free.
And to be clear, you're not talking about the boards app.
No. Just
right.
like
just want to make sure.
I already put it up because I switched to it. Let me grab this.
Like an actual board is what she's talking about, where she's like literally listing everybody's name. Exactly.
Yes, like a whiteboard, which is
Whiteboard, yeah.
$7 at Walmart, and a $15 Hobby Lobby stand is what I had. But everything got moved to a bowl. So, anyways, this is like, I'm like, get in my VIP bowl. It's totally free. This is amazing. You're going to be the first to know all the Black Friday deals when they launch. You'll be the first one that is able to purchase. You're going to get the free spoon, the free shipping. It's going to be amazing. They're going to get a text like 10 minutes before everything launches, right? They're going to be the first to know. Okay.
Which also means you got to make sure you're collecting their information. Like you have a way of communicating with them off of Facebook. Now you can also message them on Facebook. That's what we do. We message on Facebook and we text. But the point is, you do this. The whole point of what Ashley's doing is she's getting them off of social media, so she has another way to communicate. Anyway, sorry, just want to point that out.
Yes. Let's see. I tell them that they're going to be the first to know about the Black Friday deals, and once a week I do fun giveaways. So I'll tell them 7 p.m. Mountain Time on Sunday, I'm going to be giving away samples and gift cards and cash, and it's going to be awesome. And everybody wants to be part of it. So I say, private message me the word VIP. Okay. When they message me VIP, I tell them, let's see, I kind of wrote it down. Hey, I'm super excited to get you on my board. Here's your link. Grab your free account. Number one, they're getting a free account. They're connected to me. Now they're like my person, right? I got all their information that way in my back office. So it's perfect. Okay, grab your free account. Let me know when you purchase and I'll put your name in my bowl. Pick your color, pink, blue, purple, whatever. This is fun because when you're going live, you're like, what color should I pick? And they're like, pink. So you go through and you pick a pink, it's really fun. And it gives interaction on your lives, which boosts your engagement and your algorithm as well. So I like to do colors, like pick your color. Okay, so they let me know their color. And then I tell them, okay, when everything's all said and done, perfect. Now you can get extra entries. Anyone that you refer to me, you'll get an extra entry into my bowl. And then any purchases that you make from here on out until this is over, you get your extra entries in my bowl. I have people that have done already like 3 and 4 orders. They're getting like the toothpaste, they're getting the mouthwash, they're getting, whatever, all the things just to get extra entries in my bowl. Last year, I had a lady, she purchased like 5 times. I reached out to her and I'm like, hey, like, do you know that you can like help people get healthy and make money online? Like online, like you're getting all these products, you're having all these amazing results. She's like my team leader, Platinum 1 right now. Like people that are obsessed with these boards and bowls and things, like these are the people that you need to be like talking to about the business opportunity, right? So anyways, if they refer anyone, they get entries and I help them through them get their free account. It's not through me. It's through, if Becky invited Shauna is going through Becky's link and we're getting her in the bowl, right? let's see if they do any extra purchases. And then I also ask them, like, what are your health goals? Like, I can help you figure out, what amazing products I have that can help support you. So it's kind of covering everything. Send them the link, get them into my free health and wellness group. They see the giveaways and the challenges. They're getting to know, like, and trust me through all that. We're doing our VIP giveaways every week, and it's tons of fun. And yeah, we have like over 800. I think it was like 860 leads that we have, something like that, just from doing that since October to now.
I love it. And then what is your goal or plan to close sales? I know people are going to ask, like, well, now that you have your VIP list, now what? So talk about that, because tomorrow's the day for us, at least. Let's talk about that.
So I've actually done, like, this year, I've done this 2 different ways. We had a product launch just a couple months ago, and we were putting people into group chats. Like, we would name
smart.
it, Black Friday, whatever. We were putting people into group chats, and we were telling them, like, there was a message there that says, do not message in here, because, if you get 150 people in a group and they all start messaging, people get out of the group. I've had all sorts of issues with that. So we're like, don't message. Like, we learned this from Michelle Churchill, right? Do not message. And then, you're giving them little tips and hints. Did you see the free spoon? Did you see the free shipping? Oh my gosh, this is 25% off. How exciting. Don't comment here. If you have questions, private message who invited you into the group, right? So that would be for someone who doesn't have Project Broadcast. I would definitely recommend those groups.
Because that is, I do want to point that out. For some of you, you don't need all this, like, these bells and whistles, because you have like 5 people that are like, hey, let me know. I want to be in your VIP list.
Yeah.
You don't need all that. But this, again, vision, painting the big picture. Like, I love the chat idea because it's such an easy way. And it's another way just to stay in touch and communicate with people. But it's a good way for like social proof and excitement.
Yes. Yeah, dripping in there. We're going to send a text message and email tomorrow to all those people right before everything launches. We're going to probably have all the links ready for them. But yes, if you're doing like pen and paper method and you have 10 people, you're going to send them, you know what they want right now, right? You send them the flip book. They know what they know what they want. You're going to send them their links. Be like, here, this is ready. Grab it ASAP. You don't want to sell out. Our spoons, these $5 spoons are like the most powerful thing for people. People will literally purchase just for the free spoons. And I'm like, hey, it'll probably sell out. So you need to grab this right now. Also, we do this thing, which I just...
So everybody write that down. Urgency.
Urgency.
There needs to be FOMO, that if you don't order first, when you don't order early, these freebies may run out. We've had that happen over the years where something runs out because in the first 24 hours or 48 hours of the sale, it's gone. So that urgency is a big deal. Anyway, go on. Sorry.
Yeah. So I saw Amanda Nicole Morris in her stories. She was like, hey, if you guys comment pre-sale, you get 3 extra entries into my board and I will put your order through for you. So we have this nice little list growing right now. These people who are getting extra entries, and we're going to place the order for them tomorrow. So that makes things easier for people who are like, I'm really busy, I may not get to it. No worries, I can help you. Like, plus you're going to get 3 entries into my VIP board and all the giveaways and things. It's going to be amazing. So, I mean, there's all sorts of ways you can take this and play this. You can do group chats and not have to spend a cent. When you get overwhelmed, you're going to love and be grateful for Project Broadcast, because everyone's getting a text and an email and all the things. And it's going to be amazing.
Yeah. And the fortune's in the follow-up, right? So that's the biggest reason you want to build up the list, build up the anticipation, make it a big deal, and realize that, you're even if you have a list of hundreds, you're still going to have a big chunk that don't order, right? They don't, or they wait to the last minute to order, right? And that's the reason I like promos. And, you'll hear some people go, oh, they don't like promos because people just sandbag and wait. I mean, sure, but for the lower level people, I love promos because most people suck at selling and they don't know how to create urgency. So you have to create it's hard for most people to fabricate urgency, right? So when there's real reasons to order now because there's free gifts, there's amazing discounts and deals, but it'll run out. The beginning of the promo is typically when it hits the hardest. I mean, it's like, boom, big pop. And then it might taper off a little bit, might plateau. And then as the sale is ending, right? Like, I think our sale ends, is it on 28th. Thanksgiving? What is it?
28th, right?
28th? Okay, so whatever day that is, right? So basically the last couple days, there'll be another big pop because the limited time offers are going away. And then we have a Cyber Monday. So anyway, the point is, if you do this right, all of you could have the biggest month of your career, the biggest month in your network marketing business. And I know for some people, you're brand new, you're only a month in, 2 months in, maybe this is your first Black Friday, but still, you can start promoting these deals. And I would like to ask you that, Ashley, how would you recommend someone that isn't really like, they don't have a brand, they don't have a following, right? That's most people. Most people getting started are part-time, no influence, no credibility. How would you recommend they start promoting these amazing deals?
Well, I have a couple people who've asked me that question, and what they've been doing is maybe sharing like their top 3 of all of these Black Friday things that they're sharing.
Smart.
And like putting together reels or going live and just talking about it, and then using, like, we have groups with everybody's before and after pictures, people who have already used all the systems and things that are on sale. And it's like, literally print the picture, show the picture. Here's how Ashley dropped 32 pounds with this system. It's $20 off and you get a free spoon. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. You can use other people's testimonies until you figure. That's exactly what I did. I did it Christina Camarata style. It was, here's the product, here's everybody else's testimonies. I'm a product in the making. Like, comment below, drop a heart below for details. And then I finally figured out my niche and how I wanted to do it. So I utilized everybody else's testimonies prior.
Yeah. Facts tell, stories sell. Share other people's stories if you don't have one. Kathy says, do you send shareable carts, or what links are you sharing?
When it's time for them to purchase, yeah, I will send. I'm going to have a shareable cart for all the deals. Yeah. And we're going to send that everywhere.
And do you place an order for people?
Well, that's where I started doing lives and things about this the last couple of days, telling them to comment below pre-sale. And then, yes, there is a way where, as long as they have everything in their cart, they just have to give you that is it CVV or CVP, whatever that is, and
CVV,
your password, CVV, and then their password, and you go into their account and you can place it for them. Like I said, we have a little list. There's like
you need their login.
You do need their login and their CVV. Yep. And you can do that for them.
I will tell you guys, personally, I would rather people place their own order because I just think, number one, it's like a privacy thing. Number two, they might order more stuff. I mean, I almost want them to know how to do it so I don't ever have to do it. But I do know some people, that's like how they've always done it. So I'm not going to tell you not to do it. But if you get them to do their own order, personally, I think it's better. Also, I think a lot of you need to do a better job of marketing the products. And what do I mean by that? Like, you need to rub salt in the wound. What does that mean? Sell the solution to a problem, whatever that problem is. Most people have a problem. And I'm not talking about like all problems. Like, my kids are driving me crazy. Well, I don't know if we have a product for that necessarily. Maybe Go, right? Maybe Lodge. But on a serious note, like, when you think about, most people lack energy, or they're not feeling good about how they look in their clothes, or, like, there's problems that people have, right? They want to lose 30 pounds, right? You talked about that, Ashley. You talk about that all the time. Or they want to get more protein in their diet, whatever it is. So you figure out the problems that people are having. You rub salt in the wound, right? You find ways to relate to those people and say, hey, here's a solution I found, or solutions. Really, you want to give them several solutions. Like, what I started doing is eating smaller meals more often. I started eating more protein, right? This is what Ashley's doing, right? I started walking after 1 or 2 of my meals, right? My bigger meals, I would walk. And then I also found this supplement. I found this program. I found this product that helped me feel full longer, so I didn't have the sugar cravings, the snacking. And, people are like, well, what's the product? Right? So I know some of you are probably good at this. Some of you probably suck at this, right? And some of the best marketers in the world, they're simply using what's already on their company website. Go to your company website and just look at what they're using to describe the product, what it does. Stop selling what it is and start selling what it does. Let me give you an example. Do you think people really care about buying toothpaste? No, they're buying white teeth.
Yeah.
People aren't buying a protein shake. They're buying a healthy, tasty meal so that they don't eat the wrong stuff, right? They're wanting to buy a result, right? They're not buying your body transformation system. because they just want to buy some products and take a bunch of pills or drink a bunch of drinks. No, they're buying whatever that program is, whatever that product is, because it solves a problem. It's giving them a solution to a problem. So sell the solution, talk about the benefits, talk about what it does, not just what it is. Does that make some sense for some of you that maybe kind of stink at selling? I think a lot of us struggle with selling because we're like, here's the product, this is it, you should buy it. And it's like, why? Why should I buy yours versus the competitor? And the reason people buy from Ashley, if you go look at Ashley's content, she doesn't really make it obvious which company she's selling products for, like what company she's with. People are following her, getting to know her, like her, trust her because she's relatable, she's positive, she shows up consistently, she's sharing tips, not just, hey, buy my product.
Yeah.
She's not acting like the product is the solution. It's one of the solutions along with this, and this. So the better you get at telling stories, the better you get at sharing value, the better you get at talking about the benefit. Like, what's your product do? What is the purpose of your product? Why should I buy it? Now, you might say, yeah, that's probably why people don't buy from me. They don't like me. They don't know me. They don't trust me. I'm brand new. Please stop it with that victimhood mentality. We all start at suck. Believe me, in the beginning, if you saw my videos in the early days, you would be so encouraged and so inspired. Now, I didn't see Ashley's videos 9 years ago, but I would imagine they probably weren't very good, right? We all start somewhere, but the good news is we're giving you training like this. We're spoon feeding you training like this because we want you to get excited. We want you to tell your face. We want you to download ChatGPT. We want you to create your own freebie. Maybe you create your own group. Maybe you do a challenge. Maybe you make something that's really easy. Like, sometimes you don't even need a physical thing, or like not a physical thing, but like you don't even need to necessarily give them something. Right? You could simply tell them to drop a certain keyword or message you if they want to be on your VIP list. That could literally be your freebie for right now. It could be one of your company resources, like we have the 5-day drop. Well, there's a free guide that goes with it. That could be your free resource. So in the beginning, you don't even have to necessarily create your own yet. Just start testing out that conversation. Do the CTA, a call to action, getting people to raise their hand. That's really all you're looking for. Even if you only get 1 or 2 responses, that's still like it's getting you into the habit of collecting leads. Your job is to turn a lead into a prospect into a customer into a distributor eventually, if they love the product. So, Ashley, what else would you share with people that really want to maximize this holiday season in Black November?
Well, definitely make sure you're showing up every single day. Talk about your favorite product. Then again, if you don't have testimonies, use mine. My friend Ashley dropped 32 pounds, got to her goal without sweating or starving with this amazing system. Oh my God. Free spoon, $20 off. Fat, and then read the bottle. Fat loss, tighten tone skin, lean muscle, whatever. Like, utilize my stories, like share stories, but make sure you show up every single day. And then even when the holiday season's over, if it wasn't that amazing because you're just starting out, keep doing it every single day. Chat GPT, give me a 30-day content schedule based off of my niche. What can I go live and talk about? From experience, you can go live and talk about the same flipping thing every single day, and you will still grow your following. You will grow your MBA. You will get a comment on your paycheck, all the things. And then the next VIP list or holiday season or product launch, whatever that is, you're going to totally crush it.
This is what's so funny, right? If we think about a lot of the pages we follow, we know they repeat a lot of the same things over and over again, right? They have their topics, they have their certain subjects that they cover over and over. Why would we think we have to do something different?
Yeah.
But sometimes people think like, I gotta have original copy. I gotta have original content. I gotta always have something. Like, do you know how many of my posts, and a lot of you comment on those posts, and you don't even know it. It's a post I've already posted 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 times. I love when people get triggered by a post that I do, because sometimes I'm a little bit controversial, if you will. And people will get triggered and they'll leave a comment. And I'm like, I posted that same thing 7 years in a row on the exact same day. It never bothered you before, but now it bothers you. That's just human behavior, right? We forget what someone posted in the past, or we forget like they maybe said that before, because we're so busy with our own stuff, and life is so crazy these days. Like something that's like a headliner in the news this week, nobody's even talking about it next week. I mean, it's actually kind of incredible. So you just have to realize that once you figure out what you want to talk about, you can talk about it over and over again. And the truth is, most of your people aren't seeing it anyway. Like maybe 2 to 3% of the people that are friends with you and follow you see your content that you're posting today. So if you were to post the same thing every day, you'd be shocked by how many of these people are commenting and seeing it for the first time or the second time or maybe the fifth time, but eventually it clicks. Like think about how many of you have bought something, whether it was a car, maybe you were thinking about buying a Tesla and you kept looking at them, looking at them, looking at them, looking. And then eventually, after a year or two went by, because maybe something happened, maybe your car broke down, maybe you got sick of oil changes and pumping the gas, and you finally broke down and bought a Tesla, right? I don't know. But I guarantee there's things that you didn't buy right away. Like you kept seeing the ad pop up, right? Like recently, I've been getting hit up with all these like protein bars that don't have sugar. I've been getting hit because I bought like a 4 pack from some ad, and now of course it's like all I see are people trying to sell me like protein chips and protein
Yeah.
pancakes and like all this pre-made stuff. And it's just so funny. I'm like, damn it, I got caught in the algorithm. But they don't stop advertising the same thing over and over again. Now it might be different types of videos, but it's the same company trying to sell me the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, right? That's what happens with traditional companies. Why do you think you have to be different? And
Yep.
people will also say to me, well, I don't have to go live all the time. You don't have to go live all the time. But I will tell you, once you start building up a following, like it's actually fun to go live
Yeah.
because you have something to talk about. You're getting lots of engagement. Most people don't want to go live all the time because they got like 2 viewers on there. Well, that's because you haven't built up your social equity yet, right? So if you don't want to do live videos, at least talk in your stories. At least start doing reels. At least start testing out different topics of conversation. And then here's how you know you're on the right path, in my opinion. Number one, you're getting people saying thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for that tip. Thank you for your story. Thank you for sharing, because you're helping them. So they thank you. Or you get questions. If people start asking you questions, that's also a good indication that you're on the right path, because people are curious. And I heard Fraser Brooks say this one time. He said, your is it duh? Yeah, your does are someone else's ahas. So I'll give you an example. In the early days, I used to hear you can make money or make excuses, but you can't do both, right? You're either making money or you're making excuses. You can't do both. And to me, that's like such an old quote. Like everybody's heard that. But there are times where I'll post that and people will be like mind blown emojis. And I'm like, really? You never heard that before? So you'll be surprised. Some of the things that you think people already must know, they don't know. They have no, or they just haven't heard someone say it the way you said it,
Yep.
right? So don't be afraid to put yourself out there, and you don't have to be an expert. Ashley, when she first started posting and sharing, she did not act like they were original ideas. She just said, hey, here's something I'm trying. Here's something that's working for me. You should try it too. You could, for those of you that are new, you could say, here's a new program I'm starting. Here's a new product I'm trying. You don't have to say that. Like people will say to me, well, John, I haven't lost 30 pounds like Ashley. Okay, well, at one point, Ashley hadn't lost 30 pounds either, right? She had just started on the program. I've never had a weight loss story, and I've made a fortune on weight loss. If anything, I need weight gainer, right? Like I've always been a skinny, thin person, right? So at the end of the day, like you look, here's a great analogy or a great example. If you were the CEO of Huggies Diapers, you're making a lot of money. I mean, you're making buku bucks. Are you wearing the diaper? You got to start thinking like a business owner, like a CEO,
Yeah.
right? You're in business to make money. Yes, of course, you should be a product of the product.
Yeah.
But you don't necessarily have to use every product. You don't necessarily have to have a crazy weight loss story. Now, of course, if you're not in good shape and you are overweight, that should be the number one goal. But in order to sell it, you could say, hey guys, my goal is to lose 50 pounds in the next 6 months. Hopefully sooner. I'm on this new program. I'm using these new products. Who wants to do this with me? Anybody else want to lose 20,
Yeah.
30, 40, 50 pounds? You'll be shocked, because you know what? They would rather talk to you, their friend, than buy from an infomercial or buy from some influencer that already has a 6 pack. They would actually rather do it with you. You'll be surprised. So I think that authenticity, and I love, Ashley, do you ever get people that are like, I can't sell something I don't believe in? Like, yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
I don't know many people that can sell something that they don't believe in. That's like a
Yeah.
common sense statement. Like, obviously, we believe in what we're promoting, but I think the main goal here is for those of you that want to build a brand is figure out your niche, figure out who you can help, figure out how you can solve problems for profits, right?
Mhm.
And pick one or two products. You don't need to sell all of them. You don't even need to sell 5 or 10. Pick like 2 or 3. Could be products or a program, a system. Pick 2 or 3 and just focus on that. Focus on how you can help people. I think weight loss is an obvious or easy one for a lot of people because most Americans need to lose weight. Even skinny people want to lose weight. You know what I'm saying? So to me, that's a good one, but you pick whatever you want, whatever you're excited about. But I think this is such an important conversation, and a lot of us could literally build our own list, build our own brand, never have to worry about money again. Once you have a following, once you have a list, once you have people that are looking at you as an expert, you don't have to worry about money because at any given time you could sell a coaching program, a product, you can do an affiliate thing. Like, you have people that trust you and they don't feel like you're just trying to sell them something. They feel like you're actually trying to help them. So any final thoughts before we wrap this up, Ashley?
No, I like what you were saying. Like, I've always said, like, when people tell me that, I'm like, use your social media as your accountability. Show up every day, take your product. Here's what I'm using. I lost a half an inch. It's freaking amazing. Do this with me. Drop a heart below for details.
That's
Yeah,
right.
everything.
Boom.
You're amazing. I'm so grateful that you had me on here. Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. And everybody loved it. Y'all, smash the heart button. If you love this, definitely share this with your teammates. You know, I know some of you are in different companies, you're doing different things to market and sell online. I can't imagine a more important conversation than this one because it's all about building a brand, building a list. I know some of you are doing Eric's branding challenge starting later today, right? That's same. You're going to hear a lot of the same stuff. You're just going to hear it differently from different speakers, but it's all about building a list, building a brand, building a following, building influence so you can help people. And of course, you can monetize that. So, Ashley, congrats on all your success. Y'all, we'll make sure to change the description in the video after this so you can follow her and get some inspiration. But she's one of the best leaders I've ever worked with, and you can see why. You can see why she's having success, why her team is crushing it, because she's very consistent. She has a lot of passion, and she's doing all the right things. So, Ashley, congrats. And I know you're going to crush Black Friday tomorrow. So excited for you.
Thank you.
All right,
Super pumped. You're awesome.
let's
Thank
crush.
you.
Bye, everybody.